Well, that's right. A new coffee station. Behold. Behold! Oh, my fingers aren't working. Am I getting is this on film? My inability to get one filter? It's just like, just one, please. Here we go. Wow. That's all I can say to that is, wow. All right. Oops. Let me back this light up a little bit and readjust the camera. I think that's gonna be it. Let me get the monitor up here. I know y'all like to watch me do this because this is how the donuts get made. Live or live? No thanks. Live play. Live. I'd like it a little more live than that. There we go. Volume turned down, and then we can proceed with the amazingness, also known as me rambling while I eat my breakfast. Okay. I do need to come up with a different coffee thing than this. This is too wide, unfortunately. Well, it's not too wide. It'd be better if it was taller and skinnier. It needs to hold this scooper somehow, or I don't know. And I used to keep the coffee in the freezer all the time. I may just go back to doing that. But for some reason, what is the reason? Oh, my kitchen freezer needs to be gone over, if you will. You know, the old, it's cluttered, full of stuff that's probably no longer good to eat. Yeah, I got one of those things going on. My hierarchy of freezers is kitchen freezer is the one where I shove everything because I'm in the kitchen. Beverage freezer, which is in the mudroom, that's second priority because that's just a little walk around the corner. And then once those are both full, I got a huge chest freezer in the basement that I gotta walk to the basement, and I forget everything's down there. But yeah, that's how it goes. Long-term storage, I guess, if you will. The struggle is real. I know everyone's got their own struggles, but apparently my struggle is deep freezes. Now, for the uninitiated, I did design my mudroom for my deep freeze to go into. Only problem being, it's in the basement full of stuff, and the idea of having to try to, I don't know, deal with that, let's just stay in the basement. You like apples? I want them apples. Oop. And we're off. Coffee station complete. Oh man. I'm moving at about 3/4 speed right now. I planned on going to bed at midnight last night, and next thing I know, through no fault of my own, it was like 2:30 in the morning, and yeah, it happens. So today's adventure is going to be a standard one. I'll regale you with the random shit that I witnessed. We got a bacon, we got an egg, we got a bread, we got a butter. I may not use the butter, but the butter was out. Let's organize the team. Let's get the team organized here. What are we doing? Today's team is going to consist of the bacon fork, which I finally washed. Yeah, that's the bacon fork. It's nice. We're going to want the egg spatula. We're going to go with this one. That's the egg spatula. I think my dog wants one. I think I just heard her whimpering at the door. We will give you this to entertain yourself with. Enjoy that. Grab my pooch. Alright. Pooch is staring at me like she's in need of something. I don't know what it is. Back. Alright, we got to get some plates out for the draining, separating, and enjoying of bacon. That's going to be our, why is there's something stuck to that plate. To the magic of editing, we'll clean it real quick. Put that plate out. We need the plate for the bacon to go on. Once it's prepared, that'll be that plate. We're going to need something to absorb the extra bacon juices. I like how you're... I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I need to get... So... I hate filming all this because it's like kind of dingy down here. So dog food's obviously there. This section, I need to come up with something better than whatever I got going there. Right now I got like some cleaning chemicals. I don't know what the answer is. I need, because like it's long and skinny and I can like access from the side. So like temporary storage for things I don't use often but still want at hand. I need to get containers to put them right there. So that's still on the list. I got to make some measurements and go figure all that out. So I got to do that still. But no, this is working out. It's just that coffee I had the coffee in that, and it was what it was in. It's so short and wide that it fills up too much. My plan is to try to keep this open right here. You know, big enough for a plate. Like that's my goal. I want to be able to put a plate there if I have to. That way, you know, I can put the coffee cup there. So like when this is all done, you know, this just scoots back. And that's my goal. I'm keeping that open, right? It's good to have goals in life. I mean, I don't know if that's a great goal to have, but that is my current goal, is to try to keep it like that. One step at a time. Now we're going to pick a nice mug. I think I might be the certified zebrafish whisperer today. I don't know why. I'm just certified, I guess. I always thought that was kind of a funny cup. But so then I got all this now. I got all this counter space right there. And then like I had the electrician put a special plug there for the coffee maker. Like literally I actually did that. It's like you need 2 outlets. You need one for your coffee maker and one for your grinder. And then you need another outlet. So you have an outlet that you can use because you're not going to unplug your coffee maker and your grinder to use an outlet. So I actually, you know, I got another, yeah. I guess theoretically, eventually this is where air fryer will store. I'll just stick it probably 45 in the corner there, and that's just where my air fryer will be. You know, I got the microwave there, and the air fryer will go there, and it'll be amazing. You can't get everything at once in life, otherwise you have nothing to look forward to, in case you didn't know that. It's a good piece of life advice, is don't get it all at once. And yeah, the coffee pot still needs a little work. Don't look at that. I gave it a rub down, but it needs a thorough, yeah. Probably with some like vinegar or something. Some serious doings and goings-ons. Alright. I'm not going to do anything until this coffee's done, because like I am just barely moving. Yeah, snail's pace. What is that? Oh, it's the dog's rice. Jeez. I didn't even recognize that. Holy cow, what's happening? Alright. Let's try to get in here with a little bit of a shot. That's not going to be just filming me and my elbow. So I need to get my sugar repositioned. My stir spoon landed. And my spoon. I mean, realistically, that sugar's the wrong sugar container, too. I was supposed to use this thing. This is my original sugar for coffee, but it needs cleaned because it's when I go in for more coffee, I spill coffee inside. That never happens with my main sugar container. I never spill coffee in here, so don't worry about that. But like, that the gasket on there is getting kind of crumbly, and I think like I really don't want to eat rubber gasket in my temporary sugar bowl. Is this happening? Am I getting all the action on this? I feel like maybe I'm not. Yeah, this is good here. The other thing I didn't realize is how nice to have my coffee maker so low. It's way easier on my hurt arm. I feel like I'm like 1,000 feet tall looking down into my coffee now. It's like, oh, that's kind of nice. It's like a benefit that I didn't realize that would be bestowed by having a lowered coffee station. So, how about the apples? All right. First sip is the best one, right? Ah, that's good stuff. All right, let's go back over here. Oh. Ooh. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna put this on a 3 to 3rd. I don't know why, but we are. That's just what I picked. I feel like I always film like the back of my shoulder. I gotta figure out the angle to be at. Maybe it's that angle. Is that filming my shoulder as I'm in here forking at bacon? It's a little bit. That's how life goes sometimes. I mean, sometimes you get the shoulder. All right. I did clean that out this morning because it had been sitting there for weeks with bacon grease in it, because that's the way life goes sometimes. When the bacon grease pan inspector doesn't show up to clean your bacon grease pan. What we have here is a half slab of farmland product of the USA. Hickory thick cut bacon. Serving size 1 slice. So that means I get 2 slices because they're half slices. See? Cut it in half, you get twice as many. I'm going to try real hard not to eat all this bacon in one day. It's not as easy as you think. Okay, here we go. Just get in your home, bacon. Get in your home. You don't want to cook the packaging. I'm not gonna lie, I think I have cooked the packaging before. And yeah, that's frozen solid as rock. Let me wash my hands real quick. The old bacon grease package. So the plan is to gently thaw that slab on the medium to medium ish temperature cast iron. Pull. I feel like I'm having deja vu right now. I thought about cooking cinnamon rolls, to be honest with you. I still have a tube. But I realized if I eat all my cinnamon rolls the first 4 weeks, that I'm not going to have any more cinnamon rolls, so I need to, like, pace myself. What's going on with this? Look at that. Looks like something bit it. We got little vampires eating my egg carton. What's up with all that little vampire bites? I don't understand what's happening. Did someone inject my eggs? They get Halloween eggs that are injected with nefarious things. Ooh, the inspector says no. These are my 99-cent eggs. I saw the other day that the grocery store in town had a coupon for butter for cheap, but you got to buy $30 worth of stuff, which probably isn't that hard to do. I don't know if I want to go to the expensive grocery store to save $2 on butter and have to spend $30. Whatever. Let's get this thing spinning again. Some action in this camera. Ugh. Well, what exciting things happened this week? Bunch of shit that I'm not going to talk about on video, probably. Oh, it rained the other day. We can talk about that. That's fun. That will be in an upcoming video about the road construction project. Just the mud, just like I was gonna go do stuff yesterday, and I said, "Fuck it, I ain't gonna go out driving that shit." It's crazy. I don't think the boys are working today. They must be getting Saturdays off. I'm pretty sure it's Saturday still. Yeah. So no road construction, so I'll get to go down and walk around in their thing. They're excavating down into the road, getting ready for concrete or something. I don't know. Why is my stove crooked? Hold please. It's crooked as shit. Which means my coffee station is crooked as shit. Oh. I end up having to get a power cord extension and snake it around the back of the old stove there to get power to the old coffee machine due to the remoteness of the location. What's going on over there, dog? You okay? Just hanging out? All right. Oh, man. I'm going to think of something to talk about other than... What did I do this week? Tried to get ready for winter. We had some good weather this week, so... I had a buddy send me a text message. He's like, dude, I was going to stop by your house and see you, but like, how'd you get to your house? And I was like, yeah, no, that's, especially today, that's a bit challenging because it was the day, if you can envision, I was going down recently, down my driveway, hanging hard right and going across a dirt path. That's a whole other ball of beans. It turned into a mud path. It turned into a lightly gravel path. It turned into a properly gravel path, which was amazing. Just to have that get taken out. So what they did is they dug along the street that path went to, and you couldn't leave there. But they didn't open up the other road. So there's, a couple solid hours, 3 to 4 hours the other day where there wasn't going to be a whole lot of driving in and out from my place without like having to be like, hey, construction worker, I need you to do a thing. So that's fun. I was working in the yard, trying to get some yard work done. Power washed my driveway. That was underwhelming as hell, but did it. I got my pressure washer out to wash the mud out from underneath my wheel wells the other day, and the hose broke. And I'm not going to say the road construction project broke my hose, because that would be obviously not true. The hose broke because it was going to break. It just happened to be I was going to wash my car because of the road construction project, and it broke. So that's fun. And benefits I wasn't aware of. Sometimes you get extra benefits in life that you didn't know you were going to get. Pretty sure I got nailed in my tire now. That's exciting. Slow leak. I got one of them fancy little indicators on my dash that says, hey, you got one of your 4 tires low tire pressure. It's not fancy enough to let me know which tire exactly, so you got to go check them all. And in the autumn, if you're not aware, your tire pressure changes in your vehicle because the air temperature changed. So you'll often get a low tire pressure sensor indicator in the autumn. So I already did that. I already topped them up. The car and the truck. So the day when I was driving, I got a low tire pressure sensor. I was like, ooh, that's not good. That's definitely something going on. And I'm still in denial over it, right? I did inspect my tire, and I did see a nail poking into it, but I'm just pretending right now that I didn't actually see that nail. I'm going with, I'm pretty sure there's a nail in there, but it's going to be okay, and we'll deal with that later. But yeah, I saw the nail. It's in there. So that's great. I'm sure that has nothing to do with the road construction project in front of my house. I'm sure I got that nail in my tire driving on the regular roads that are paved with concrete that normal people drive on. I definitely didn't get that driving through whatever the fucking shit show they call fucking in front of my house. Oh, this bacon is getting warm. That's warm bacon! Alright, what else? Yeah, just... Yep. I did some other stuff, but it doesn't matter. Oh! I'll tell you a story about my new leaf blower. I got a new leaf blower. So I have a tendency to peruse Craigslist, which if you're not familiar with Craigslist, that's just like a place where people sell their used stuff. And I'm never looking for anything in particular usually, unless at that moment in my life I'm looking for something in particular, but normally I'm not. I'm just checking out Craigslist to see what people are getting rid of. Because it's like a garage sale, if you will. You know, people just like try to reach a wider audience selling individual items. And every once in a while, you'll find a pretty good deal on something that a person is just trying to get rid of because they can't use it or don't want it, and or it needs a little work, or they're not willing to do it. I've had really good luck with that. And on the Craigslist, anytime you're buying something that isn't operating quite correctly, as a buyer, you're in the power position because the person who's getting rid of it has an item that does not work correctly. So they obviously are not going to be even attempting to get market value for an inoperable item. But they're hoping someone will come by and give them, so they'll put a price way above what they're willing to take, obviously, because they want it, and you always do that. I've had pretty good luck. And I'll recap the world with my good luck stories. So, like, probably the biggest one I found was there was a dude who had a house, and he did his own yard work and stuff, and he had a tree fall in his yard, and he called the tree guy. He's like, hey, dude, this tree fell in my yard. I need to have a tree guy come out and take care of it. And, of course, tree guy gave him a quote that was enough to make the guy question his decisions in life. And the quote was higher than the cost of a chainsaw. And he's like, I'll just buy my own goddamn chainsaw, and I'll just cut this tree up myself. Like, that's nuts, which, whatever. So he went down to the local chainsaw dealer, and he bought a chainsaw, and he cut the tree up pretty good. And in the process of cutting the tree up, he managed to get a piece of sawdust into the air intake, which got sucked into, like, the carburetor area, which caused the chainsaw to run not optimally. At the same time, he was having problems with his weed eater. I'm going to put one of these bacons back in here. Just decided that. And all this stuff came together. There we go. I can't speak right now. I'm still low on coffee. And the guy said, you know what? I'm done with yard work. I'm not doing yard work anymore. I'm just going to hire somebody to do my yard work. Done with it. So he put all of his yard work equipment on Craigslist. And he listed it. Chainsaw. Little trouble running. Weed eater. Little rough. And leaf blower works great. And he put it on a package deal. Bundle deal. So I showed up to check this out. This is the old leaf blower. A few years ago. And I showed up. I was like, hey, what's going on? He told me the whole story. I was like, oh, man, that sucks. And he's like, yeah, the weed eater, once you get it warmed up, it works pretty good, blah, blah, blah. And the chainsaw, it's having some problems. I was like, well, let's fire them up and see how they work. And he's like, go for it. I was like, nah. This is the piece of life advice. When you're buying used power equipment or anything that runs on gasoline, you don't start it. You have that guy has to start it. Actually, check to see if it's warm first. Tell them you're going to touch the muffler. If they freak out, you know it's warmed out. But you don't want them to have it pre-warmed. Pre-warmed is cheating. So just keep that in mind. But if it's cold, let them try to start it. Watch them struggle. Watch them get huff and puff. And like the psychological implications of the man or person or woman yanking on the rope of a machine that they desperately hate as they're embarrassingly trying to start it and they can't do it. Well, the price just dropped right there. And they know it too because like the shit don't run or they can't get it to run. And then, if on that particular piece, I really wanted the leaf blower is what I really wanted because I didn't have a leaf blower. I kind of play like I don't give a shit about the leaf blower, but yeah, I'll take it, whatever. Don't need it. I'm here for the chainsaw that I know that doesn't work, and you can't make that thing fucking work. And then, I was like, all right, well, I ain't working very good. And check out the leaf blower or the weed eater. You can barely make that thing run. And I was like, none of your stuff really works. I'm not sure if it's, so I just lowballed the living shit out of him, and the guy's like, fine, take it. Just take it all. So I got it. It's a steel chainsaw, a small one, homeowner grade. But I'll be honest with you, it's the one I use all the time for bucking firewood. I got that steel MS 362 or whatever. It's like a professional chainsaw, for people who run chainsaws professionally, like it's in their professional, not their homeowner or their ranch line. It's a professional chainsaw. And it's an amazing chainsaw, but God, that thing's a beast, and it's heavy. And like when you're cutting firewood up, you don't need a chainsaw that can cut a goddamn forest tree down or a forest full of trees all day long, all week long, all year long for years on end. I mean, I still use it, but it's a pretty big chainsaw. Anyways, so this time I see I see a leaf blower ad that says leaf blower for sale. Runs a little rough. Priced accordingly. This is like a $170 Toro brand leaf blower mulcher bagger 3-in-1. They want $35 for it. I was like, $35 for a $170 machine, or $160 and change machine. That's a pretty good deal, depending on the condition, you know. So and of course, the person doesn't want to give their telephone number out because someone might come call them. So it's an email thing, you know. You got to email him. So we do the email. Oh, hey, I saw you had that thing on Craigslist. Let me know. And like the next day, oh yeah, I do have it. Let me know. And it's like, all right, you didn't leave your telephone number, so I'm like, all right. Well, here's my telephone number because I don't like. It was like he said, this is where I live. Let me know when you're gonna want to stop by. And it's like, well, I have to email you. It's like, oh my god, we're this email tag. So finally, yeah, got a hold of him. I was like, hey, what are you doing? Well, I'll be around for a little bit. So I drive across town to his house and get there. It's kind of in a nice part of town where like all the houses are very uniform, right? On a cul-de-sac, and the yards are manicured nicely. And the first thing the guy says is, "Yeah, I got a divorce, and I don't do yard work anymore." Because like apparently when you're married, that's what you do when you're the man. You do yard work. And when you get a divorce and you hate doing yard work, the first thing you do is you hire that shit out because you never want to do it in the first place. You just had to do yard work because that's your job in the house or something. I don't really know. So I was like, all right, first off, all right, A, this guy's never going to use this tool anymore. I look into his garage, and it's a standard size 2-car, not an oversized at all, just packed. There's no room to do, and it's like, all right. So he's